Something's happening around New England right now, and it doesn't feel accidental. It's the kind of move that looks minor if you're only scanning headlines, but it can shift how the defense functions and how the offense gets put together. Once March hits, every decision turns into real heat in the locker room and on the cap, because if you miss on a choice now, you're spending weeks trying to patch it once the season actually starts. So I keep coming back to this. Do you trust the Patriot way to get the timing right on who stays and who goes? Or does this feel like the moment to push harder? All right, quick favor before we dive in. If you want straight, no-fluff Patriots coverage with actual context, hit like, subscribe, and comment what you need solved most before Gillette Stadium is rocking again. The first shockwave is in the secondary. Cornerback Alex Austin isn't expected back with the Patriots next season. NFL insider Jordan Schultz said Wednesday night that New England chose not to tender Austin a contract. That's a big detail because Austin was a restricted free agent. If the Patriots wanted to keep control of that situation, they would have had to put a tender on him. Without it, he's lined up to become an unrestricted free agent next week. What made it land a little differently was how Austin reacted. Less than half an hour after Schultz posted it, Austin shared a heartfelt goodbye on X. Forever love in New England, God's plan, looking forward to what he has next. He even quote tweeted the original report with that message, and yeah, that instantly makes people wonder, did he learn it through social media? That hasn't been confirmed, but be honest, even the idea of that happening is a reminder of how business heavy this part of the year really is. Step back for a second. Austin spent 2.5 seasons with the Patriots. He appeared in 26 regular season games and started 6. In the 2025 regular season, he put up 13 combined tackles and 1 pass defense. And he was a real factor on special teams too. Over 12 regular season games, he logged 144 defensive snaps and 120 special team snaps. That's not headline stuff, but it is exactly the kind of depth teams rely on when injuries pile up, and you're trying to survive those ugly stretches where everything turns into 3rd and long, and you're rotating bodies just to stay steady. So why let him go? Because even depth has a price in the NFL. To keep him, New England would have had to use a tender. Those tenders are all 1-year deals, and the higher the tender, the harder it becomes for another team to sign that player away. Austin not getting even the lowest tender says a lot. The Patriots didn't think he was worth the cost of that minimum tender slot. Last season, he earned $1.03 million. New England looked at the role, the numbers, the roster math, and they made their choice. And that's where the debate starts. Do you keep the guys who already know the system, can stabilize special teams, and can step in without blowing assignments? Or do you clear those roster spots for players with more physical upside, even if it means a rougher transition? Austin's draft profile from NFL.com's Lance Zierlein basically captured the whole picture. He doesn't have the typical physical traits teams love at corner, but he's smart, instinctive, and can be useful as depth and on special teams. The downside was consistency in man coverage and top-end speed. Fine in zone, but more limited if you're asking him to stay glued to quality route runners all day. That leaves 2 clear directions. If New England replaces him with a faster, longer corner who can hold up in more man situations, the ceiling in the backfield rises, especially against offenses that hunt chunk plays. But if that replacement is younger or less seasoned, you can pay for it early with missed leverage and busted coverage, especially in the red zone. The other route is leaning into internal development and letting the scheme carry more of the load. And that can work, but it's a lot less forgiving when you're facing quarterbacks who punish even a half second of hesitation. So Patriots Nation, let's hear it. Do you want steady, system-friendly corner depth? Or do you want the team swinging for higher upside, even if it comes with some growing pains? Because when you start seeing small decisions like this in the secondary, it usually means bigger questions are right behind them, especially on offense. While the rest of the league is fixated on the loudest wide receiver headlines, there's a quieter storyline that could matter a lot for how the Patriots offense supports Drake May, the tight end room. Free agency is coming fast, the legal tampering window is right there, and teams are lining up their moves. In the middle of all that, one name that keeps popping into New England's orbit is Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert. This isn't being framed as a sure thing, it's about timing and availability. Goedert is headed toward the open market, and if Philadelphia doesn't get a deal done before March 9th, there are going to be tight end needy teams ready to jump. Andrew Callahan of the Boston Herald listed 6 tight ends the Patriots could sign, and he had Goedert sitting at the top of the list. Callahan explained why. Goddard is 6'5", 256, 31 years old, and projected around $12 million per year. Even at this point in his career, he's still viewed as one of the better tight ends in the league. The numbers back it up: 64 catches, 624 yards, and a career-high 12 touchdowns last season. He's more receiver-first than a dominant blocker, but his hands, route running, and size are exactly why he'd appeal to pretty much any team looking for a real presence over the middle. And for New England, that matters because a quarterback's best friend isn't always a WR1. Sometimes it's the tight end who wins on 3rd and long, finds space in zones, and becomes the bail-us-out option when protection breaks down. A dependable tight end can settle an offense. It can smooth out the rhythm. It can help in the red zone. For a young quarterback like Drake May, those things aren't optional. They're fuel. But there's a real dilemma here. The Patriots want to get younger at the position, and Goddard is 31. Callahan even noted the odds of him landing in New England feel low, with mixed rumblings about whether he'll re-sign in Philadelphia. So now you're weighing immediate impact against the long-term plan. Do you pay for proven production now on a shorter deal and give May a veteran who understands spacing and leverage? Or do you keep the cap flexible and stay committed to younger options, even if it takes longer for that room to fully click? Callahan's stars align point is important too. In his view, for this to happen, the contract has to be reasonable and short-term, Goddard has to want a change of scenery, and the pull has to be real, playing for Mike Vrabel and/or with Drake May. That's a specific checklist. Still, if those boxes get checked, it's the kind of move the Patriots would have to consider. So let's put it plainly. If you're building around May, would you rather give him a veteran tight end who can be reliable right now, or keep pushing for youth and upside at that spot and use the money somewhere else? Because that tight end talk sits right on top of a bigger fire that's only getting hotter: wide receiver. Another receiver is expected to hit free agency at the exact moment wideout became an even bigger offseason priority for New England. NFL insider Ian Rappaport said the Atlanta Falcons are expected to release Darnell Mooney. He's 28, and the cap mechanics tell you why Atlanta would do it. Mooney would have counted $18.4 million against the cap. Releasing him saves $7.42 million, with $11 million in dead money. The timeline matters here. The Falcons signed Mooney to a 3-year, $39 million contract in March of 2024. He was a 5th-round pick by the Bears in 2020, spent 4 seasons in Chicago, then got that deal with Atlanta. In 2024, he had one of the better seasons of his career: 64 receptions, 992 yards, 15.5 yards per catch, and a career-high 5 touchdowns. That's real field stretcher output. Then 2025 hit, and the production dropped sharply. 32 catches, 443 yards, 1 touchdown. So what is Mooney right now? That's the question. Is he the vertical threat who can flip the field and force safeties to back off? Or is he a player trending the wrong way at the exact time your offense is trying to level up? Now tie it straight back to New England. Mooney's availability lands at a very interesting moment because the Patriots plan to release Stephon Diggs at the start of the new league year on March 11th. That changes the entire receiver conversation. The Patriots might have depth at wideout, but the reality is obvious. They don't have a clear number 1. And the roster pressure isn't just about 2026. New England only has 2 wide receivers, Kyle Williams and Efton Chisholm III, signed beyond 2026. Let me say this once. That detail tells you the room is being kept flexible on purpose. It also tells you they can't afford to miss when it comes to adding difference-making talent at receiver, whether that's free agency, a trade, or the draft. The script also lays out other names in the could fill that void bucket. Alec Pierce as an ideal candidate, plus Mike Evans, Romeo Doubs, Rashid Shaheed, and Deebo Samuel. That's a wide range of styles and price points, which means the plan could go in a few different directions. So here's the debate I want in the comments. Does taking a swing on Mooney excite you or stress you out? Are you betting on a bounce back and speed in this offense? Or are you saying no, go get someone with a more consistent track record? Because if New England really wants to maximize Drake May's deep ball, something that's been framed as arguably the best part of his impressive passing game, then the next move starts to feel like chess, not checkers. And that takes us right into the draft, where the Patriots could make a serious statement with the number 31 pick in the first round. New England may be eyeing wide receiver in round 1, especially with the Diggs release planned for March 11. And sitting at pick 31 puts them in a spot where you can snag a sliding talent, someone who climbed during the process but might still be there because teams above you went a different direction. Patriots writer Chad Graff of The Athletic put out a mock draft after the Combine, and he had New England taking Tennessee wide receiver Chris Brazzell II at number 31. Graff's reasoning is built on two traits the Patriots need more of: vertical juice and outside size. Brazzell ran a blazing 4.37 second 40. He's listed at 6'4", and he's an outside receiver who can win downfield. That's the kind of profile that turns a nice completion into a chunk play. The background matters too. Brazzell played 2 years at Tulane, transferred to Tennessee, and across 40 college games, he totaled 136 receptions, 2,072 yards, and 16 touchdowns. Pair that production with a standout combine, and you can see why he's now being talked about differently. Someone who might have felt like a reach a week ago, and suddenly doesn't. And the dilemma is obvious. Do you want a rookie wide receiver to be a major part of your offense right away? Sometimes that clicks instantly, sometimes it takes time. But if the Patriots believe Brazzell's speed and size translate quickly, it could be a direct way to unlock more of what